Yo, real shit. I just got a question. Is it still January? Are we still in January? Is that a thing? Like, are we out of January? Can we leave this month behind? Let me check my calendar. Let me check my calendar just to see and make sure that we're still in January. So it says here that it's January 30th, and it says that we have January 31st, and then it says that February starts. So we only got a couple more days of this shit. The Turning is a horror movie in January. I'm sure that gets you excited. It is based on a book called The Turn of the Screw, or something like that. It was written by a guy named Henry James, and that's what this movie is based off of. It stars Mackenzie Davis. You might recognize her from either Blade Runner 2049 or Terminator Dark Fate. It also stars Finn Wolfhard, and it stars Brooklyn Prince, I think is her name. Here's the story for this movie. Let me set you up for this. Mackenzie Davis plays a nanny, and she is hired to go to this old, creepy, rich house to watch over these two kids who don't have their parents. There's some creepy stuff happening at the house, and the little boy is a dick, and that's the story. Nanny goes to watch these kids, and she sees some stuff. That's the story. Okay, positives. Come on, I can do this. Be positive. There has got to be something about this movie that I enjoyed or appreciated. I can usually find the good even in a pile of shit. You ever had like a really bad lunch or a bad afternoon of food, and then your stomach feels bad, you get the BGs, and then you go take a shit, and then when you look at your shit, you find out that it doesn't actually look as bad as you thought it would when it left your body? I haven't either, because that would be weird and disgusting and too much information. But you know what? This damn movie is too much information, okay? It's TMI just for existing. Whatever. Positives. Gotta be positives. I will say that the first 20 minutes of this movie is not bad, okay? I think that it had some effective, dark, and gothic cinematography and imagery. I do think Mackenzie Davis is trying in the role. Like, I kind of like her. She was okay here. She didn't really set the world on fire, but I guess she wasn't really given the right material to do that. Finn Wolfhard, I think he did a solid job in this movie at making you hate him. If that was his job, if that was his purpose in this movie, like, you can't help but watch this movie and be like, you little shit! I'll also say that I sort of understand the concept of this movie. Like, I sort of get, like, what they were thinking when they sat down to write it. I sort of can see the outline of a potentially good idea here with this story. Having said that, just because I saw the concept and I saw what they were thinking, doesn't mean that they executed it the right way, and it doesn't mean that I would want to sit through this shitty execution. Holy shit. Guys, when I tell you that nothing happened in this movie, like, that's the movie. It shouldn't be called The Turning. It should be called Nothing Happened. Nothing happened, okay? Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. I don't mean like, oh, it was kind of boring here. No. That's not what I'm saying. I am literally saying to you in this video right here, me looking at you, I am telling you nothing happened. Nothing. This is a movie where absolutely nothing happened.
Maybe you guys need a visual aid so that you understand. So look here. You see these words? Okay. Nothing happened. Okay? Nothing happened. Nothing.
What do I mean by nothing happened? Okay, well, let me go back and actually talk about the execution of the film within the direction and the screenplay. This is a very bland, very dull, very dry movie, and you feel like the story doesn't really go anywhere. It's just a series of repetitive scenes over and over again. Like, that's all the movie is a series of scenes that repeats itself. Finn Wolfhard does something weird or does something dickish, and you hate him for a second, and then Mackenzie Davis complains about it. She goes and she has a dream or a nightmare or whatever the fuck it is. Then she wakes up from that dream, and then we get to repeat the whole thing all over again. They literally do this over and over again for like an hour. I'm like, holy shit, there's nothing happening here. This movie put me on snooze, man. I was damn near falling asleep in there. I'm just sitting there in the theater. I'm just like, oh, I'm sleepy. Did somebody drug me? Is that what happened? Did somebody drug me? Am I getting mollied? Is this what being mollywopped actually means? Although, okay, I guess being mollied, I guess Molly wouldn't put you to sleep. In that case, I think that I've been Benadryl. Is that what this movie is? Is it just walking, breathing Benadryl? Is it NyQuil, the screenplay? That's what this feels like to me. 3/4 of the way through the movie, I was just like, it's boring. But you know what? I have actually seen worse in January. Come on, guys. You know we have been through some shit. You guys remember in back-to-back years, 2013 and 2014, they gave us Texas Chainsaw 3D, and they gave us The Legend of Hercules. We've been to the bottom, okay? We have been at the bottom. Then the ending of this movie happened, and the best thing I can say to describe the ending of this movie is that it's an ending without an ending. The movie just ends, and the movie basically slaps you in the face for sitting there for over an hour and a half. And it just kind of flicked you off and said, hey, thanks for spending your money, motherfucker! It's boring, nothing happened, nothing to see here. It's January, what else is new? Nothing happened. The movie, that's what it is. The Turning is a boring, uneventful horror film in January, and it deserves my worst rating, The Quest for Peace. Alright guys, so I have fallen behind on a bunch of videos and a bunch of movies that I still need to review. Thank you for tuning into this one. Please like or subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Stay tuned for more content, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.